So we're back again with another tier list. I know this is a bit of a dead meme at this point, but this is actually an idea that we discussed a while back about doing the revenge pieces tier list. And of course, this is not like all revenge pieces. This is just kind of like the greatest hits, what we could think of off the top of our heads. I think there's like 17 or 18 of them, and then we accidentally have a screenshot that made it in there for some reason that we just threw at the end. But we're just gonna go in order this time, straight through. I'm not sure if last time we jumped through it a little bit. I think we like plucked some in the beginning and then went in order for the most part, but this time we are following the order we have laid out here. So with that being said, first off we have the Revenge varsity jacket, which if you guys do not know, on the back is just a big ARC logo, and then of course you have the Revenge R on the front.
Revenge has that varsity logo that they put on a lot of different pieces, but the varsity jacket is like the perfect silhouette for it, I think.
Yeah, so when you're talking about the varsity logo, you're talking about the skull and the R and like the VR that they do, right? Which I want to say is very rare, but I'm not sure. I want to say that's where it came from.
For me, I just have to go D tier.
I'm good with D tier, mainly because I saw there were a lot of people complaining about. I think it was this one, or maybe it was the gray colorway. I want to say they also released a gray colorway, but there were a lot of people complaining about issues with the leather, or the like faux leather on the arms. Putting the ARC logo on it really doesn't match the varsity style. Like the ARC logo does not match that silhouette at all, but the front for sure looks fine. D tier is good. I'm fine with that. So next up we have the split logo hoodie, which released, I don't know, a couple months ago. You just have basically an oversized hoodie, which they're known for, either the cropped or the oversized, and just split left half, or I guess the right half is black and then the left is white. And then you got the Revenge logo, which kind of interestingly, the split also cuts the logo and it doesn't continue onto the white half, which I don't know, maybe it would look better with the continuation. I don't know, it's up for a debate. So I know a lot of people like really liked this. I was not one of those people. How did you feel about it?
I'm kind of with you on the logo. I wish the logo would continue on to the white portion. And I'm not as much of a fan of the oversized hoodies as I am the cropped hoodies from Revenge. So this one doesn't really have a lot going.
I don't know, it's really jarring just to have like a straight split. Kind of like it when there's something to tie them together a little bit more. But yeah, I would place it very low, probably. Probably either a D or an E.
I don't like it even as much as the varsity jacket, so if you're thinking E, I think E is a good place for it.
So next up we have the Revenge A Friend Is Nothing But a Known Enemy, or maybe just like the Friends hoodie. So I'm not too sure on a lot of the names of these, but basically you just have like Revenge kind of in a collegiate font, and then a B, like a honey bee, and then below it says Revenge is nothing, or a friend is nothing but a known enemy. And this is an older piece, kind of a cool saying, I guess, but yeah, just overall the design is like not that crazy.
A little bit different from the rest of the Revenge designs. Like it doesn't seem to fit in as well, in my opinion.
I don't think this is necessarily a bad design. I definitely don't think it's like a great design, but I'd probably put it like probably D tier, along with the varsity jacket. You know, it's nothing special. It's all right, but you know, not sure what the official name for this was. I do not like the silhouettes for these. I think there are a lot better backpacks that you can get, like that aren't from Revenge out there. I don't think this one's crazy good or anything. But yeah, I'd place it maybe F or E. Probably F. Yeah. All right. So next up we have the Revenge Crewneck, and I think this was just called like the ARC logo Crewneck or something super simple like that, because it is what it is. It's the ARC logo Crewneck. Kind of like a big step for them as far as quality goes, but also they like charged rape for prices. I think these were $128. But yeah, the embroidery was really nice on these. As always, there were some outliers that had quality control issues, such as loose threads or cuffs coming apart.
I like it. I think it's a really good Revenge staple. Yeah, definitely one of the highest quality pieces that I have. At a minimum, a C tier.
So you did mention, yeah, they had like the really nice embroidery. Also, the very same embroidery as the split logo hoodie. Same embroidery. It's just hard to put this high because it's not creative at all. All it is the logo with embroidery. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, a C tier, like just middle of the road, because it is nice, but once again, it's just their logo. There's nothing really, you know, special about it. All right, so next up we have the Revenge Motion logo long sleeves, and I believe they've done 3 different colorways of these. This is my personal favorite. You have the black and red, and then I think they also did a black and white with a blue logo, I want to say, and then also the black and gray, which I copped. Yeah, this is my personal favorite, and these are actually what got me into Revenge. Like, I saw these and I was like, oh, these are really cool. Basically, you just have the Revenge Motion logo, which is like kind of a stacked outline of a Revenge font, and then along the sleeve you have Revenge is in the creator's hands. A little bit more on the creative side, I guess, because it's a little bit better of a blank, or a little bit more interesting of a blank, and then also you have the Motion logo and then the sleeve text instead of just what we were talking about before, where it's just the plain logo.
I think this is a B or a C tier.
I think like an A minus, B plus is where I'm at, like A, B, if there was a middle route there. But yeah, if you want to go B, I'm fine with B. I do think it's a lot better of a design than the Crewneck, just because, once again, the Crewneck is a simple design, and the ARC logo is so overplayed. Like, it's getting to the point where it's almost like the antisocial, just the regular logo. They literally put this on everything. So it's a little bit more refreshing when you see a Motion logo, which actually in the next drop, or allegedly in the next drop, we're supposed to see some Motion logo flannels. Yeah, these are what got me into Revenge. I really like these. It'd be nice to get my hand on it. Interesting blanks though. They have like a really wide collar, and then also they're a very thin material, and they have the quote unquote Revenge oversized fit to it, where they just have really long sleeves and then a short torso. Moving on, we have the Revenge. I'm not sure what the exact name for these were, but these were, I want to say, one of ones, and they were split band tees. And this specific one, we have Iron Maiden, I want to say, and then Guns N' Roses.
Seeing this on Grailed, I was like, wow, I didn't know they did stuff like this, but I thought that's really cool.
Yeah, so I think these were super early on, and the back is really cool. I'll put the picture of the back up right now, and it's like Untitled Tour T or something like that, something along those lines. And I'm pretty sure it says like one of one, but yeah, I want to say these were very early on. Probably just like thrifted pieces and then cut and sewn. But yeah, I think these are really cool. I was ripping on cut and sewn like split stuff before or earlier, but I definitely really like these. You know, there's no like X ties or ski ties to any of this, whereas like a lot of the early Revenge pieces, you know, you had those, or like the big early Revenge pieces, you had those, whereas this is just, you know, kind of like a cool idea and then just some Revenge branding on the back. But I do really like these. As far as Revenge pieces go, maybe it's not like that crazy. I'd say like overall, like just as far as pieces go, I'd probably put this in an A tier, but stacking up against the other stuff and how we're doing, you know, just actual Revenge pieces, I'd say, you know, B tier. Xxxtentacion Mugshot Tee, which also just recently they did the Chief Keef Mugshot Tee, which was undoubtedly inspired by this one. And then also on the back of this, you have a very prominent kill hand, very big, which if you guys do not know, it's just Xxxtentacion's hand, and it has the kill tattoo on it, which is visible in the puff print. Very, very iconic, I guess, the kill hand. That's definitely the most hyped Revenge piece or graphic or design or whatever you want to call it.
Iconic Revenge for me. Xxxtentacion is like a huge part of what makes Revenge what it is, and what makes it popular. And the kill hand is like, if they release any kill hand pieces, they're gonna sell out immediately, and actually sell out. Like, kill hand stuff is so desirable and so collectible. This has to be one of the top tiers.
So yeah, I think this one is really cool, but as far as like the actual graphic, it's just, you know, it's just a picture of a mugshot, which I think is, you know, kind of a cool idea. I'm not sure if it's like too innovative. I'm not sure if anybody else was doing stuff like this before. I know Supreme has like the photo tees, so this is kind of like a cool twist on it where it's a mugshot. So that is a cool idea. Just because they're using, you know, like an already existing picture, I don't know if I'd put it S tier, you know, maybe like, I'm definitely fine with putting it A tier, but somewhere between S and A, just because of the like possible lack of creativeness, I guess. I wouldn't want to put it in S tier. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I think there's other pieces down in the list there that I think still could go up into S tier. So I think reserving that for one of those is good.
Yeah, and I definitely think this is like one of the most iconic for sure. So next up we have one of the pieces that I was most excited for. This is the Revenge Arc logo flannel in the Bred colorway. And it is what it is. It's just literally a flannel, and then you have the Revenge Arc logo in a pretty nice embroidery along the back. And this was a pretty taxing piece. I want to say 148, maybe 158. I think it was 148 though, which came as a surprise to a lot of people because the flannel that dropped before this was only 128, or no, maybe 118. So I was like, yeah, that's whack. But I really wanted this. As far as ranking goes, I'm big into flannels. I'm actually wearing a flannel right now, so I definitely have bias. I would probably put this in B tier, maybe somewhere between B and C tier. I know it fits really well in C tier because it's basically the same thing as the Crewneck, but just flannel form.
I was just about to say that.
Definitely like the flannel a lot more than the Crewneck. Like maybe we'll rearrange this a little bit better later on because I feel like the Motion logo and the band tees are better than the flannel, but the flannel is definitely better than the Crewneck. But anyway, moving on, we have the Revenge denim jackets. Once again, we just have another silhouette with the Arc logo on it. These were actually one of 100s, I want to say. He did 100 light blue Levi's denim. I'm not sure if they're all Levi's, but they were thrifted, I'm pretty sure. And then they did the print over it and then sold them. And then they also did the black ones with the red Revenge Arc logo. And personally, I liked this style more, so I chose this one for the denim jackets. But yeah, both were one of 100. And I tried to go for the black and red ones, and they sold out like almost immediately. So yeah, very hyped. But other than that, it's just literally a denim jacket with the Revenge Arc logo, C tier. So we have this, the Revenges for 2 tee or hoodie. I'm not sure what it was on. I think this is actually a hoodie. But basically on the front, it just has like Revenges for 2 written, and it has like something scribbled out or something. It's just kind of in that like scratch font that they use a lot. And then on the back, you have this Xxxtentacion rendition with his dreads in the back. In the classic Revenge puff print. I actually don't know if I've ever heard anybody else talk about this, but when I was researching some of the older Revenge pieces, this popped up. I think it's all right, nothing crazy. I don't know, somewhere like C or B, I feel. Just because the front design really isn't like anything crazy, and it's hard for me to go like solely off of like back designs, especially for t-shirts, just because I layer so much. So it's like if something's just like on the back, it's not gonna like be seen too often. And definitely the back design for this piece is the big part. But yeah, I don't know, maybe even as low as D, like D, C, B, somewhere in there. I'm just not too sure.
I think C.
I'm fine with C tier because yeah, it's like the back design's cool. But yeah, next up we have the Demon tee. So this has a angel grabbing like a child or something, just basically like a big rectangular logo. Then you have Xxxtentacion written over it in kind of like a scratched font. And then on the front, you actually have very similar to like a pocket tee or something, where you'd have the small chest logo. You have a small kill hand. I'm really not a big fan of when people do this, where they use like a very like hard square, like they don't fade out like any of the empty space or something like that, but they just have like a hard square. And then the font over this is just kind of like a little bit jarring, I guess, like doesn't fit the greatest. But the kill hand on the front is cool. I think, you know, just by itself they could have gotten rid of the back logo. I don't know, D tier maybe. I'm not a big fan of the back design, but the small kill hand is kind of cool. You don't really see that.
I feel like you have to go C tier.
Next up, you have the David and Goliath tee, famous painting. It's just David holding Goliath's head, biblical story or whatever. You guys can research that or read the Bible if you want. I don't care. But yeah, and then also kind of cool, you have the Revenge lightning logo in a purple colorway, and then also this, I believe, had the Revenges in the creator's hand.
Yeah, I like this one, but I don't like that subgenre of Revenge all that much.
I also agree with you where I'm not like that big of a fan of like this type of designs from Revenge, these like old like mythical or biblical ones. This one is like one of the ones I like for sure out of those designs. I would probably go C, or yeah, probably C tier actually. I went put it as high as B tier. C, maybe a low B, but we'll just stick in C for now because I guess that's where everything's going. Next up, we have the Isaac hoodie. I forget what it said on the sleeve, but yeah, you have the negative picture of Isaac. I think there's another dude or something in there, maybe like a sacrifice or something going on. But once again, these like biblical ones that Revenge did. I think this is a all right piece. Definitely nothing crazy though, and nowhere near top tier. I'd be cool with E tier.
Yeah, E tier's good.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We have the ski mask as a child tee. Not sure what this one was called. But yeah, this definitely goes high. I want to say this one a little bit uncharacteristic of the other photo tees that they do. Has a small Revenge arc logo in the bottom right corner of the picture.
Yeah, this is a cool tee. I saw somebody on the Reddit today who had one of these in their collection. Very cool. Yeah, I think this is an A tier.
This is one of my favorite Revenge pieces. I love that picture of ski. It's just awesome. Like as a kid, throwing up the peace sign, got a little do-rag. But yeah, very cool. Easy A tier, borderline S, I would say. All right, so next up we have the Revenge. I want to say this is the silent tee. And it's a little bit hard to read the font, but I actually really like that font.
Yeah, I do too. It's kind of like spaced out.
And that negative picture that they have is a girl like eating a flower or something. And then like I always say, I've said this in other videos too, when you have an image, I like when they like kind of blend it with the background instead of doing these hard cuts. And then this one on the bottom, they have like a circular crop and it does like a little bit of a fade. And then they removed the background from behind her head. So it's just kind of like her hair that you can see. But definitely hard to tell from that picture. I'll probably throw up like some extra images to guide you guys. Yeah, so also this is just the back design, what you guys see, and then the front is a red Motion logo, which you were knocking the Motion logo long sleeves for just being a Motion logo, and I was knocking back designs, but honestly this one is like close to S tier. I would only keep it out of S tier because of the like mismatching fonts might be a little bit too much. It would be nice to have like a little bit more like continuity, I guess, but I don't think it would look as good with, you know, matching fonts. I just think it might be like a little bit jarring, so like the design as a whole is a little bit flawed. But that being said, I think this is a very cool piece.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's good A tier.
We have the Revenge Save Me tee, and it's almost like a anime rendition of X, and he's like punching or holding his hand out at least, or his fist. And this is of course in the common Scratch font or text that we see them use a lot, the Scratch style. And then below that in some just very plain block text in bright red you have Save Me. Then flip it over on the back. It don't hurt. I want to die. Kill me. It says on the back. And it looks like it's puff print with this font. Different from a lot of the other Revenge pieces we see. We don't see Revenge printed anywhere on this, but it definitely sticks with the style or vibe that we see from Revenge. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think this is a really cool piece. I think this kind of fits at the band tee though, where it's like doesn't really say Revenge to me. Yeah, definitely really cool. I think this is a good B tier.
Yeah, I agree. This is B tier. I think another way to go about this list would be put both Mugshots in S, and then have the Silent and Save Me in B tier. I think that'd be another good one. Because I think a lot of these, like, we could use more tiers just to kind of get this more specific, because a lot of these on the same levels are kind of like, oh, we're splitting it up into like pluses and minuses, but just for like time's sake, we're gonna throw those in there. Anyway, moving on, we have the Please Don't Kill Your Friends tee, which is one of the most famous, most well recognized for sure.
Yeah, that is my favorite Revenge piece. I've like looked at that on Grailed so many times and thought, I can add that to my card. I could buy that.
Yeah,
but I just haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Basically, you have Mickey Mouse with the X dreads, which are, dude, that's such a cool hairstyle. I think that hairstyle is so cool. The half bleached, half black. And then he's holding a big kitchen knife behind his back while he's kind of doing this like giddy dance or whatever, this giddy stance. And then on the back it says, "Kids, please don't kill your friends." I want to say that's the exact text, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, definitely a cool design. And if you guys follow the channel, listen to my other videos, I'm a big fan of when people take designs and then kind of like add their own spin onto it. We'll see Supreme taking pictures from Akira and adding like little box logos on the people, or Palace with the Terminator. They'll put like a Triferg on his chest. I think that's really cool when people do stuff like that. Crazy revenge piece. S tier.
Yeah, I think S tier for that. Yeah.
So we only have one more piece left, and I decided to put this at the end. Like I said, that last one is just like an accidental screenshot that got in there, so disregard that. But yeah, this is the Kill Hoodie. This came in a lot of different colorways, but I think this is definitely the most fitting one, or the most well-known one. You just have the classic Bred Kill Hoodie. Anyway, if you guys don't know, you get the Revenge Arc logo big on the front, and then on the back you got a big kill hand in the puff print. And people go crazy for these. People are crazy for kill hand hoodies. Yo, Garrett, when are you gonna make another kill hoodie? Yo, Garrett, will you ever do a kill hoodie again? When's the kill hoodie really releasing? Do you restock them? Where are who makes the best kill hoodie fakes? People go crazy for these. I'm guessing like everybody would say S tier. Personally, I think
S-tier.
you would say S tier.
Yeah, definitely. You cannot put it any lower than S tier. It's a kill hoodie, dude.
Kill hoodies are like definitely the most famous revenge pieces. Personally, I don't think they're the most creative thing. Like, it's just the Revenge Arc logo, and then you got the kill hand on the back. I think there are definitely way more creative designs on here. Even the Mickey Mouse one, I think that's a lot better. But I do acknowledge the hype and the love that people get from the community for these. So I'm willing to put it S tier, but personally, there are pieces that I like a lot more than that.
They just scream revenge. Like, it is revenge.
This brings us to the end of the tier list, and we're not done yet, though, because we have to rearrange some stuff. So we were talking about the Crewneck going down possibly one more, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So I'm down with putting the Crewneck down one more, and I almost think we should drop the varsity jacket another one, just because compared to the other stuff, I really don't think it competes. And then also, I'm down with dropping the denim jacket down one, because I think it's pretty comparable to what we have in D tier now. And then looking back up, we have this stuff. I'm pretty content with keeping the flannel at C, just because I love the flannel.
You can allow your bias. It's your
yeah, I'm gonna let the bias seep in there for sure. Guess I'm pretty content with this. There are definitely some things that I would rearrange differently if I wasn't being viewed under a microscope by the revenge community.
I think we need to move one thing from A into S. The mugshot tee. I think that needs to go to S.
Yeah, so I was looking at those too, and I like the X mugshot tee, but honestly I like the ski tee more. Like, this is such a just like but yeah, these are like for sure, these three are probably like the most iconic revenge pieces. Like, I definitely agree with that. But yeah, this stacks up like pretty close to how I would rank it. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the tier list, and like the last one we did, I will leave a link to the tier list in the description below, where you guys can go there, make your own, take a screenshot, send it to my DMs on Instagram. Also, feel free to comment what you guys think of the tier list, where you would have liked to see the items ranked, or if you agree with it or not. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to our guest.
Thank you. Thanks to the Burbushka boys for letting me say my feelings about these revenge pieces.
So yeah, if you guys made it this far, throw a Burbushka boys, Burbushka gang, Burbushka worldwide, Burbushka entertainment, one of those in the comment section. Let us know that you watched the whole thing. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching this. And we're out until the next tier list, or whatever. I think we're out of tier list ideas, so might not see Jacob for a while. But thank you for watching.